This Headless Professor video is about case studies. Hopefully, as with any project, you will get busy thinking about this at the beginning of the semester, not just before the deadline to select your subject. In this class, the case study is not a clinical case study where you look at the origins of mental disorders, how to diagnose or treat them. What we're talking about here is more of a biography, a life history of a person who is largely healthy and successful in life. And we want you to select a subject who represents successful navigation of the life course. Do not start on someone before you have official approval. The best way to get approval is to come to my office and let's discuss several possible subjects for your research. If you cannot come to the office, you can get approval by sending me an email. Put one word, question, in the subject line. Put your name and section at the top of the message area, and then give me a list of the 3 subjects you would most like to do, the 3 people who would interest you the most. When it comes to picking a subject for a case study, make sure it is someone that it is easy to get information about, someone who lived to a ripe old age, not a famous person who died young. And have it be someone who made complex decisions about life. Not someone like Nixon or Clinton who knew from a very early age that he wanted to be President of the United States. Also, pick someone that you can really be objective about. Could you be objective about Nixon, Clinton, or Donald Trump? If not, those would probably not be a good subject for you to work on. After you have your subject approved, you may start with Wikipedia to get quick and broad information, but you must never stop with Wikipedia. Go to a real encyclopedia, such as Encyclopedia Britannica. Whenever you use a real encyclopedia, make sure that you cite the author's name, the person who wrote the specific article, not the editor of the entire encyclopedia. And also remember to get the specific date of publication. Author's name and date are the 2 most interesting and essential pieces of information when writing in APA format. You are also to use several real books, biographies, especially biographies that I have approved. Don't just rely upon web-based sources. Now, where can you get these real biographies, these books about famous individuals? You get them from a real library. I highly recommend some of our local public libraries, like the Smiley Library in downtown Redlands. If you live anywhere in San Bernardino or Riverside County, you can get any public library book sent to a branch near you for pickup. We also have some great university libraries, such as University of Redlands Library, that you have easy access to. Where should you begin your library research? Well, at our own library at Crafton Hills College. Get help from one of our librarians, such as Catherine Hendrickson, in terms of how to find books and how to find internet resources. Our librarians can also help you get a library card that will get you into some of the other academic libraries here in the Inland Empire. Now, when it comes to getting help on analysis and putting all this together in your write-up, come to the office. That's the best way to get help. And do it early in the semester, not just before it is due. meet with me in my office hours, and we can start you by getting a Holland Code vocational analysis of your subject. The same thing comes when it applies to terminology that we have in the course. Make sure that terminology is applied to your write-up. We aren't going to tie everything into lifespan theories. Your write-up is not just a report of what your subject did. It must tie into these great theories. It is these theories of the life course that bring order out of chaos. The one theory that you will base your project on is that of Erik Erikson and his 8 stages of development. We're looking for some of the root causes of adult behavior, and more importantly, how individuals as adults proved resilient in overcoming some of the difficulties that they encountered. I especially want you to look at some of the important decisions that your subject made. And once again, you may require some help on this. Meet with me in the office and we can look at your decision analysis. And let's do this early in the semester. What we want to do is to take a specific incident or decision that the subject made and how the subject looked at the various alternative courses of action and how the subject evaluated some of the criteria or factors in making that decision. These options plus the criteria together give you the opportunity to understand the decision as it was made from the perspective of your subject. I don't want you to use long quotations from the subject. Use short quotes and paraphrases. Similarly, I don't want you to spend long quotes from other sources, such as the biographers. Use short quotes and paraphrases. Always follow any quotation with an interpretation, tying it back to some of your major themes. When you cite quotations, use APA format, author's last name and date. And if it's a direct quotation, you can also give a page number. Specifically, I want you to avoid the inappropriate terminology that is listed on your terms list. Use appropriate terminology for this course. And I need to see an annotated bibliography. All books, articles, encyclopedia chapters, and websites must actually appear in your list of references. Make sure that you have the author's name, the year published, the book title, city, publisher, and date. If it is a journal article, the article title should be there, the journal name, the volume, the pages. If it's an encyclopedia article, it needs the author's name, the year published, the title of the article, the name of the encyclopedia, the city and publisher of the encyclopedia, and of course the volume and the pages. Your bibliography should be organized alphabetically by author's last name. You're also going to have, right after each of your sources, an annotation. That's where you say what the source covered and how objective you think that source was. You're going to submit your project on the Google document that I have created for you. You're going to do it on time. If you need any help, come into my office. Don't try to do it all on your own.